Did you know that in America, the very animals we adore as companions can also end up on our dinner plates? It's a shocking truth that challenges the way we think about our relationships with horses. For many, horses are majestic beings, symbols of freedom and strength, companions that share our lives, and partners in adventure. Yet, in the shadows of this affection lies a harsh reality. Some horses are raised not just for companionship, but for consumption. This journey from barn to butcher is a complex one, entwined with culture, economics, and ethics that we must confront. Let's start with the basics of horse ownership in America. Horses are often raised on sprawling ranches and farms, where they enjoy vast pastures and the freedom to roam. They are cared for with great attention, receiving proper nutrition, veterinary care, and social interaction. The bond between horse and owner can be profound. Many riders consider their horses family. They spend countless hours together, training, competing, and simply enjoying each other's company. But this relationship can take an unexpected turn when economic pressures mount, or when a horse becomes unmanageable, injured, or aged. In some cases, horses that are no longer deemed useful or are too costly to maintain face a grim fate. The reality is that in America, there is a market for horse meat, and it's not just a fringe practice. Horse slaughterhouses exist, and thousands of horses are transported across state lines to fulfill this demand. The reasons are varied. Some owners may feel they have no other choice due to financial hardship, while others may simply view horses as livestock rather than companions. This perspective can be difficult to reconcile for those who see horses as friends rather than food. In the U.S., the landscape of horse slaughter is fraught with controversy. Animal welfare advocates argue passionately against it, highlighting the emotional toll on both the horses and their owners. They tell stories of horses that have served their riders loyally for years, only to face an uncertain fate when they can no longer perform. The image of a beloved companion being loaded onto a truck, bound for a slaughterhouse, is a painful one, and it raises questions about our values and priorities as a society. Moreover, the process of slaughter itself is often shrouded in secrecy. Many people are unaware of the conditions horses endure during transport, or the methods used in slaughterhouses. It's a stark contrast to the idyllic image of horses galloping freely in the fields. The truth is that many horses experience extreme stress during transport, often traveling long distances without adequate food, water, or rest. The emotional trauma of separation from their human companions can be devastating, both for the horses and for the people who love them. But why do we even have a market for horse meat? Cultural differences play a significant role. In some countries, horse meat is considered a delicacy, and its consumption is woven into the culinary traditions. In America, however, the idea of eating horse meat is often met with revulsion. Yet, as the demand for alternative protein sources grows, some argue that we should reconsider our stance on horse meat as a sustainable food option. This raises a host of ethical questions. Is it acceptable to eat a creature that many of us view as a friend? Can we reconcile our love for horses with the reality of their use in food production? The stories of horses that have been raised as companions only to end up on the dinner plate are heartbreaking. Take, for instance, a horse named Charlie. Charlie was a rescue, taken in by a loving family who poured their hearts into rehabilitating him. He became a cherished member of their household, a gentle giant who brought joy to their children. But when financial difficulties hit, and they could no longer afford his care, they faced an agonizing decision. Unable to find a suitable home for him, they reluctantly sold him, unaware of the fate that awaited him. Charlie's story is not unique. It echoes the experiences of countless horses and their families across the nation. As we grapple with these realities, it's essential to ask ourselves what we can do to change the narrative. How can we ensure that horses are treated with the dignity and respect they deserve? One way is to support local sanctuaries and rescue organizations that provide safe havens for horses in need. These organizations work tirelessly to rehabilitate horses that have been neglected or abandoned, giving them a second chance at life. By donating time, resources, or funds, we can help create a future where horses are no longer viewed as disposable commodities. Another important step is to advocate for better regulations surrounding horse slaughter. Many animal welfare organizations are working to raise awareness about the inhumane practices that often accompany the slaughter of horses. By supporting legislation that aims to protect horses and promote humane treatment, we can help shift the tide away from slaughter and towards more compassionate alternatives. Education is also key. By learning about the realities of horse ownership, the challenges faced by horse owners, and the complexities of the horse meat industry, we can better understand the choices that people make. It's crucial to foster conversations that challenge our perceptions and encourage empathy. We can create a culture that values horses not just for their utility, but for the companionship they offer. So, what can you do? Start by sharing this message. Talk to your friends and family about the realities of horse slaughter and the importance of treating these magnificent creatures with kindness. Support local rescues and sanctuaries that are making a difference in the lives of horses. Consider adopting or fostering a horse in need, providing a loving home for an animal that has nowhere else to go. Together, we can shift the narrative surrounding horses in America. We can honor their legacy as companions, athletes, and friends, while advocating for a future where they are no longer seen as a source of food. Let's work towards a world where every horse can live a life filled with love, dignity, and respect. Join the movement and be a voice for those who cannot speak for themselves. The time for change is now.